Bonjour, bienvenue dans cette nouvelle vidéo sur FrançaisEasy pour une vidéo spéciale. Aujourd'hui, j'ai un invité spécifique pour vous, un coach qui va nous aider pour avoir un peu plus d'énergie. Alors, suis cette vidéo jusqu'au bout. Bonjour Kassim.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much to accept the invitation. So today you want to share with us something. Donc Kassim va partager avec nous des petites astuces, pas des petites astuces, peut-être 4 ou 5 astuces pour avoir plus d'énergie. More energy today? Not sure?
Not sure.
More energy or more fun, up to you.
Yeah, more energy.
So can you introduce yourself? Tu peux te présenter?
Hi, my name is Kassim. I'm 27 years old. I'm a professional fitness coach from the United States, born and raised in New Jersey. I've been coaching for the past over 5 years, and I have over 10 plus years of experience with training. I used to be a collegiate football player, and I also train Muay Thai, I run, and do a bunch of different physical activities. Let's just say that I love movement and fitness and just health in general.
Okay, wow, this is impressive. And you don't training a lot. But now, just to say something, you are my coach too.
Yes, I am her coach, and I've been training with her for about 2 months now.
Yeah.
And I have to say that she's been making incredible progress and has been really improving with her movements, but also her mindset as well, because with physical changes come also mental changes. And I think in order for you to, fully excel and improve yourself, you have to change yourself mentally as well. And I think that's where it starts.
So it means the mental is very important.
Yeah, I think that's where all the change starts. You have to change your mind in order for anything else to change in your life.
So can you explain to me, if someone learn like a languages, how you can make the association or match with sport?
For sure.
It's important, you think?
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think the biggest thing is having a growth mindset. I think being able to open yourself up to the possibilities of what you can achieve and what you would like to achieve is the most important thing. I think if you have a mindset where you believe that you can't do something or that you're unable to do something, you will not be able to do those things because you think that way.
So if the man say you cannot, you cannot. But if he say you can, you can.
Exactly. It's just that simple. If you believe that you can do something, you will do that thing. But if you believe that you can't do something, you won't do it. It's just that simple. You'll believe in your own limitations. And remember, you are the limitless thing that stops you from yeah, so just open your mind and allow yourself to grow into what can be.
Okay, how the sport can help me to learn better and be better?
Yeah, so I think when you put a lot of emphasis or focus on your physical health, I think you start to better understand things that may manifest into other areas into your life. For example, when you're paying attention to how you feel, how you think, those things right there will start to translate in things that you do outside of physical activity. Mm-hmm. For example, let's say you're struggling to understand some form of language, right? Maybe that could be similar to when you're doing a rep on an exercise, you're struggling to do a squat. You have a choice. You either continue to do it, right? Or you quit, right? And it's the same thing. So if you put a focus onto something and you want to accomplish it, you'll do the same thing in anything else, right? They say how you do anything is how you do everything, right?
Oh, really? Oh my goodness.
So it translates really well, because the more that you learn about yourself, the more you'll learn how to do anything else, right? If you know that you are weak in an area, then that's a perfect opportunity for you to become strong in that area. So it just makes most sense to prioritize your health in yourself, which will allow you to become a better learner, because learning is a continuous thing. You just don't learn one thing and then once you reach your goal, that's it. No.
Can you repeat that?
Once you learn something, that doesn't mean learning is over. Learning is continuous. It's for the rest of your life. And that's where growth comes in. The more that you learn, the more you can grow, the more opportunities that present themselves to you, and the more success that you can achieve when you allow yourself the opportunity to grow.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So just keep going. So now, give me some tips for the student to grow, to learn better.
Yeah, for sure. I think number one, and this is something that I've been working with her for the past 2 months now, is getting sleep. I think sleep Sleep is the most important health indicator over everything, and you can look that up on studies and what doctors have to say. There's a reason why we sleep 8 hours a day, right? It's an evolutionary thing that we've done as human beings, and you would think, okay, yeah, I have to sleep, okay, blah, 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 blah. But you also have to understand that sleep is where your learning takes place. People don't understand that. That's where learning actually happens. So when your body goes to sleep and you're resting, your brain goes into drive, like this autopilot mode where, okay, now the body's in sleep mode, it doesn't have to put so much attention into other processes. So now all the information that you took in during the day, right, maybe you saw this thing, maybe you learned that thing, and your brain now puts all of that together while you're sleeping, and it's processing that, it's building new connections within its neural pathways, right? And because your body is sleeping and it's going through that process, when you wake up, now you have memory, now you have things embedded into your brain. Now you're able to, maybe you have that answer to a problem that you were dealing with during your day. Now you're like, oh, that's what I need to do. Now I know what I need to do next in order to move forward in my process. And that's why sleep is so important, because when you lack sufficient amounts of sleep, you make poor decisions, your energy levels are low, and it affects your mood. So think about one time when you woke up and you felt like crap, right? Think about how that day went for you. It's hard to have a good day when you don't have enough sleep. So I always say, prioritize your sleep. Build a habit of getting good sleep. Start with setting a bedtime for yourself, making consistent. Start, okay, I'm gonna go to bed at 10 p.m. Say that to yourself, and then do it, and then repeat that. Yeah, and repeat it, regardless of what's going on in your world. Stay true to that bedtime, because you have to allow your body the opportunity to adapt and to be able to fall asleep, and then make that a reoccurring thing over and over and over again. Exactly.
Remember this part. So number 1, sleep, dormir.
Yeah.
Dormir.
Yeah.
Et numéro 2?
Number 2, I'd say it comes down to your nutrition, what you're consuming. So on top of consuming things for your brain, right, information, social media for some people, right, what you're consuming mentally is important, but also what you're consuming physically, the foods that you're putting into your body. Notice how when you eat certain things, your body has a different response. Maybe you had some garlic, now your stomach feels gassy and things like that, right? Or maybe you had some onions and now your breath stink, right? Exactly. So when you put physical things, these foods into your body has a response to it. So think about how you feel when you eat certain foods. Do you feel tired? Do you feel energized? Pay attention to the foods that you're eating. And we all know, doctors always say, eat your fruits and vegetables. It's not just because that's just what they're saying. There's a reason behind that. These foods have a lot of nutrients which our body uses, and it's these micronutrients, the very small, like your vitamins and your minerals, those things that are very important to the very small mechanisms in our body that most of us don't pay attention to, because all of this is happening in the background.
So, Cassim, you mean stop to eat la baguette, croissant, les pâtisseries françaises?
So here's the thing, right? Food impacts your mood, right? And if croissants make you feel good, I don't see anything wrong in that, right? Okay. But everything within moderation. So if you have baguettes or croissants every single day, you'll start to notice how that impacts your mood. Maybe you're a little more tired. Maybe you feel heavier because a lot of those carbs are starting to stick to your body a little bit more, right? Okay. So that's not to say you can't enjoy the foods that you enjoy, but what I will say is that you should incorporate more of the foods that make you feel better. And normally those foods are like fruits, vegetables, and nuts, and things high in fat and protein, which give you lots and lots of energy.
D'accord. Wow, merci. Numéro 3.
And then the next one, I say how you manage stress. All right. In today's modern world, stress is all around us. We are probably more stressed than we've ever been throughout human history. And a lot of it is due to our own creation. All right. We have created these worlds for ourselves that make us a little stressed, right? We have this bill to pay. We have to take care of this person. We have to be on time to this thing, and so what that causes us to release a lot of cortisol, right? Cortisol is not a negative thing. Most people think, oh, if you're releasing cortisol, it's bad. No. Cortisol is a very good thing that our body creates. We need stress in order to respond. That's how our body reacts to certain things. Like if there was a threat, like a lion or something right then, we're going to release cortisol, and our body's going to drive into fight or flight. You're going to have a natural reaction, and you're going to either run or you're going to stand there and die. It's your choice, right? So cortisol is something that is good for us when we have it in low doses, but because of the society we live in today, we have tremendous amounts of cortisol in our body, and when you have cortisol in your body for too long periods of time, that leads to heart disease and different ailments that lead to death. And you want to
headache or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Passion.
Yeah, exactly. So I think being able to deal with stress, and everyone deals with stress a little bit differently. Some people use sports and activities. Some people use food. Some people use drugs.
Or dance.
Yeah, or dance. So I think finding the best way for yourself to cope with stress and difficult times is very important, because if you're getting good sleep and you're eating well, how you manage stress will be the next step in order for you to be able to further promote a healthy lifestyle. So some of my go-tos for managing stress is meditation. I believe that sitting for...
So that is advice number 4.
No. This is still within the managing stress.
Okay.
Still managing stress.
Okay.
So I think within managing stress, I like to go to meditation. So meditation for me is just sitting down for a few moments and just paying attention to my breath, or maybe a sound or the birds outside. Something that I do, this is something I started practicing, is I wear a stethoscope, the doctors, and I place it on my heart and I listen to my heartbeat. And
you don't want to try breathing?
Maybe. So I listen to my heartbeat, and it's just a reminder for me that I'm alive and that everything is okay. Regardless of what's going on in my world, I'm alive. And I think that's something to remind ourselves about and to be grateful for, because as much chaos is going on, it's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm still here. So if you're here, that means you still have an opportunity to change whatever circumstance that you're in.
So I'm never thinking about that. So do like a doctor, you make something and try to be sure you're still alive.
Yeah.
Okay. If I live in the city.
Yeah.
But if I live in the city with a lot of noise, it's very noisy, how to do it? The same advice?
I would give different advice. For people that live in the city, I'd recommend getting outside, find a green space, somewhere where there's nature, somewhere where you can take a minute to kind of get away from the city noise and the traffic and things like that, and kind of just ground yourself with nature and just be in sunlight. I think being in sunlight is very important because you get energy from that. That's how plants grow, and that's how we grow as well, whether people believe that or not, but we use that energy to guide us throughout our day. That's how we are awake.
So sun is good for your skin?
Yeah.
And your hand?
Yeah, all of that good stuff.
Okay.
And then my last tip is movement.
The last tip. Stay here.
Yeah.
Listen.
Movement. I think movement is...
Oh, which kind of movement? Because I can't move like that.
Any type of movement.
Okay.
Any type of movement. Movement, whether it be walking, running, working out with weights or body weight.
Same like this morning.
Yeah, like this morning. Yeah, burpees.
Oh.
The ultimate burpee.
Let's try it.
Yeah. So just any form of movement every single day, all right? It doesn't have to be something as structured as a workout plan or going to a workout class with people. It could be just something simple like going for a walk after you have a meal, or maybe going for an early morning run, or maybe throwing on your favorite song and just dancing for a few minutes until you feel your heart rate increasing. Exactly. Because movement is literally medicine. Anytime you have a bad day or you're not feeling well, I always encourage people to go move. Just move your body, because you'll start to realize that whatever you're feeling starts to move through you, and you start to release whatever negative feelings that you've been having, because movement is positive. Because remember, in order to move, right, you have to have some type of positive reinforcement in order to go, right? But if you don't move and you stay stuck, right, and negative in those feelings, they're just going to stay there, right? They're just going to stay there. So if you have to throw on your song and just, you know, work it out, that's what you have to do. But definitely move your body.
Salsa, merengue.
Yeah, bachata, whatever you guys like. Yeah, so those are the 4 tips that I would highly recommend people invest in order to improve their health, but also help with their learning, right? And you'll also learn that by doing these habits and by implementing them into your lifestyle, you'll learn more about yourself, and you'll come to better conclusions about how you've been handling things throughout your life. And maybe this is an indicator that you need to make some changes in order to improve your learning, but also your health.
Oh wow, Kassim, merci beaucoup. Please say thank you to Kassim. Merci Kassim. Kassim, see you very, very soon. Et si vous voulez contacter Kassim, vous avez juste en bas les coordonnées. Vous pouvez prendre les contacts de Kassim. Kassim, how to contact you?
So you guys can reach me on my email at kassim@gmail.com. And then also, I think I'll leave my... maybe. I don't want strangers just randomly, you know.
My advice is to try to move, like I told you already, et surtout, prenez la description en contact, les coordonnées email et son numéro de téléphone. Et Kassim, bisous.
Oh, 4.
4. Oui, are good. 4 à Paris et 2 dans le nord et 6 dans le sud.
South, what?
Yeah, like Marseille in the south of France.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Au revoir.
Peace and love.